Hey friends, welcome to Harptopia's Kitchen. We are creating our very first cooking video.
Yes, so it could go very well, or I guess it could go badly, but we're hoping for well.
But we are going to be making our recipe for Harp Attack in a pan.
It's a world famous recipe.
Or it will be. It's not. It's maybe not a world famous recipe yet.
Not quite yet.
So you're going to need a couple of basic kitchen things and a few ingredients. All right, so you're going to need a baking pan.
Whatever size that is.
Medium to large.
Yes.
A mixing bowl.
And then I guess these are our ingredients.
We should start the oven first.
Okay.
All right. So you're going to want 350 for about 60 minutes. So we'll preheat the oven right now. Very good. And the ingredients you will need are 8 ounces of macaroni.
And then you need 8 ounces of shredded cheddar cheese.
This is sharp cheddar.
Yes, sharp cheddar.
And you will need 8 ounces of cream cheese.
And then you will need 8 ounces of sour cream.
And 2 cups of cottage cheese. And 1 small onion. I don't know if this was small. Maybe it might have been a small medium.
This might be more of a medium / large.
Diced. This is an onion.
Yes, and we pre-cut it up because we didn't want to cry on camera.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
and if you notice, everything is in really nice little bowls here.
So Camille insisted on putting everything, taking it out of its containers and putting it in these bowls, which I did not approve of because this is extra dishes that were not necessary.
I think everyone will agree that because this is a cooking show, this looks really nice. So I'm personally very pleased with the whole look of this. Did you tell them what you're doing?
I am filling a pan with water so that it can cook the macaroni. I do hope you know how to cook macaroni, but if not, you'll need about half a can of water for this amount of macaroni.
Yes, and keep in mind that the macaroni will be also cooking in the main dish, so you don't want to overcook it when you're boiling.
I would suggest cooking it for about 8 minutes, roughly. Boiling it for about 8 minutes, I should say.
So, the first thing you want to do, I guess if you have a sous chef taking care of your water situation, like I have.
She's actually my sous chef.
So she's my sous chef. I already clarified that. So you want to take all of your ingredients, which probably have been neatly placed into these beautiful glass bowls, and you want to mix all of your other ingredients, which are, I guess, mainly cheese. There's a lot of cheese going on.
There's so much cheese. Oh, what do you know? A dirty dish. Thank you, Camille.
You're welcome, Kennerly. Okay, so and then I don't like to waste ingredients, so I'm going to use a spatula here. Okay, so we're combining these ingredients. Look, Kennerly, another dirty dish. And then we've got the cottage cheese. Of course, if you would like this to be healthier, you can include like low-fat or non-fat ingredients, but that's not really the point of Harp Attack.
It's called Harp Attack.
Harp Attack in a pan, which means that it's not really a healthy dish per se.
Another dirty dish, yay. Your 8 ounces of sharp cheddar.
Then the onion, of course. Okay. And Carolyn's got the water started there.
Okay, so you can mix these ingredients however you want. We personally like the potato masher, or whatever this is.
Yeah,
you really get in there.
Yeah, it really gets in there. So I mean, you can use a fork or a spoon, of course, but it's kind of nice to be able to really chunk it up.
And it should be pretty well stirred, but it doesn't need to be.
It doesn't have to be.
Just make sure all the ingredients are in there.
It doesn't have to be super,
or whatever the cooking terminology is.
Yeah, I think it's good to have it pretty well mixed because you don't want to have like a large chunk of, say, cream cheese or some other kind of cheese. It's nice to have a mixture of the ingredients. In fact, the spoon. I guess.
Is that good enough?
No, I think we're gonna keep going a little bit. but it just keeps getting stuck on the top of this. Oh yes, and we forgot another one of the important things that you need to do before you start the cooking process is you need to turn on some Harp Twins / Camille and Kennerly music. So we should have already done that earlier.
Yes, so CDs, if you are in old school, or do Spotify.
You can even listen to a Harp Attack album since we are making Harp Attack.
Yes, and this is in honor of our Harp Attack 4 album.
Yes.
The Harp Attack in a Pan recipe. So we were sharing with you guys.
So in case you don't know, we have 4 Harp Attack albums. We have, of course, our very first one we named Harp Attack because
it's
clever.
Like Heart Attack, but then we play harp, so it's a Harp Attack.
I think we get that. Yeah. But so we called that Harp Attack, and then of course we were so impressed with ourselves
coming up with that
and our cleverness
amazing name
that we called the next album Harp Attack 2, and then the next rock and metal cover album we called Harp Attack 3. And the newest one is our quadruple bypass album.
It's actually just Harp Attack 4.
Yeah.
But we ran a Kickstarter for that, and it was so much fun. We had so many of you guys supported that, so thank you for that.
Yes, thank you to everyone who supported
so
that
many
album.
stretch goals, and one of them was creating this cooking video and the recipe, of course, for our Kickstarter backers.
Yes.
So we hope that you guys enjoy this. And we hope that you'll join us for future Kickstarters.
Yes.
All right, come on, water.
Well, how long has it been? We didn't set a timer or anything.
Well, it just has to boil. There's not
Okay. Also, safety is important with any of your cooking endeavors. So we would not recommend doing what we have done and not replacing our oven mitts.
I mean, do they have actual holes in them?
They do. They have finger holes.
Is there a hole in the thumb? Yes.
Is there a hole where you would be gripping the hot pan? Yes, there is.
Is this possibly a hazard? Yes.
But I'd like to say that these
are very well loved.
They are well loved. These have been used to make many dishes in Harptopia's kitchen.
It might be time to.
Have they been burned a few times? Potentially.
It might be time to let them go.
I really don't know exactly what has happened to these, but
poor things. They've been through a lot.
But yeah, so be careful if you are using oven mitts that have holes in them.
Especially if you're a harpist. Safety first.
Yeah, our fingers are pretty important to us, except for our pinkies. We actually do not play with our pinkies.
Oh boy.
Not because there's something wrong with our particular pinkies.
Our pinkies are fine.
Our pinkies are fine.
But harpists just don't play with their pinkies. They don't reach the strings in the correct way that our hands sit. So we have to play harp with 8 fingers.
So we have to play all those notes with 8 fingers each, of course. I mean, together we have
16 fingers. Well, we have 20 fingers each. Together we have 20 fingers.
Yes.
Each.
So
yes.
I'm just getting this unstuck from here. In case you noticed, this is a very kind of fatty, cheese-filled recipe, but it is vegetarian. I suppose if you wanted to add meat, you could. But I mean, this is, or if you didn't like onions, you could just take them out. This is
not like onions. The onions do add a lot.
And in case you didn't notice the amount of pasta per the amount of cheeses and other ingredients, it's pretty small.
This is kind of what it looks like if you want to take a closer look. So it looks good.
All right, so we'll take a quick break and get back to you.
It's boiling.
It's boiling? Oh, we don't even have to take a quick break.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's going to have to boil for 8 minutes.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
All right.
Well, we will take
another dirty dish.
We will take a quick 8-minute break or however long. Oh, it sounds like the oven is preheated as well. So
wow, we're like total pros right
we'll
now.
Be back
just
soon.
in time.
And welcome back. Welcome. The pasta is just about finished. We used elbow pasta, which I think we forgot to mention, but the next step is to drain the pasta using your oven mitts that may have holes in them. And then after that, you stir everything together. So the whole mixture in together, the pasta and all of your cheeses and such. All right, perfect. So then we'll dump it into the mixing bowl. As you can tell, this is not a super complicated recipe, so it's a good one to do with families, or if you don't have a lot of time to cook. It works really well. And then so you mix.
I wonder how many it serves. I think it maybe serves technically.
I don't know. I mean,
6.
I feel like the serving size is a little weird
It
because
never makes a lot of sense because everyone eats different amounts. So how
Yeah.
can you say it serves 6?
So I don't know how
6.
many it serves. It's very dense, so it looks like less than it is, quite frankly, because
quite
it's
filling.
really rich. In case you didn't notice the amount of cheese that is in here. Okay, so after it's mixed up, it actually mixes really well once you get the pasta in there
It's warm,
because
so
it
kind of warms
it
everything
warms
up.
up all the ingredients.
Okay.
So anyway,
Teamwork
wow, this
here.
is a heavy bowl. Okay, so basically you put then your mixture into the pan. We're using a spatula as well, just so we get all of the goodness.
Helps if you have a twin to hold the bowl with you.
It does help if you have a twin. And then you basically spread your mixture in a nice layer across the pan. You'll notice it's not super deep, but it's nice to get all the way out to the corners and such. We just kind of like so, and then as soon as it's done, you can put it in the oven as long as it's preheated, and you let it bake for about 60 minutes.
But the top should kind of be a golden brown.
Yeah, so you can check in about 45 minutes, 50 minutes to see how it's looking, if you want to move the pan around.
And the thing is, if you don't cook it all the way, it's not going to kill you though.
No, there are no ingredients in here that are.
Well, I mean, it might kill you.
It might give you a heart attack. So anyway, you put that in the oven, and then you wait about 45 minutes to check it out. But it probably will be closer to an hour until your Harp Attack in a pan is ready. So we will see you all in about 60 minutes.
While the main dish is cooking, we are currently cutting up some fresh tomatoes and scallions at the top for a little bit of garnish. That way it's a little less of a heart attack. And some fresh scallions. Looking good, Kennerly. Thank you. Another option is to add fresh mozzarella cheese to the top once the dish is cooked. Optional ingredients for a garnish.
So the Harp Attack in a pan has been baking for about 55 minutes now. Is that right?
Maybe a little less, maybe about 50.
As you can tell, we are not one of the fancy cooking shows that has one ready to take out of the oven as soon as we have just put it into the oven.
It's about getting dark now, so I think we're gonna grab it out. We're gonna put the mozzarella on.
We have some optional toppings here. These are definitely not necessary. It'll be delicious without anything extra, but we're gonna do a couple of little extra things.
As you can tell, it's starting to get a bit golden here.
That's good. So we're gonna put the mozzarella on, and we are going to
Here, let's start
make it a
big
little
and
bit-
move littler from each side.
start big and move littler. Yes. Okay.
This is not going
We
to
have
be
some big ones here.
Okay, go ahead and
Put
use
this one
that.
here and in here.
And there we go. Okay.
Lovely.
And then we're going to let that just heat up and melt a little bit for maybe about 5 minutes.
We are almost ready to eat, which is good because it's dinner time. So it should be all done.
Yes, and then we have our optional garnish. Kennerly is going to grab Harp Attack in a pan out of the oven. Oh, that looks delicious. Okay, then you can add your option. Oh,
So
look
with
at
or
that.
without the mozzarella, this can be your finished dish. Or
I would set it on here probably. Okay, so we're gonna add some tomatoes.
again, totally optional.
That's right.
our brother would definitely not be a fan of
No.
this particular step.
He is he's kind of a purist when it comes to not using vegetables with this dish. But, I think it's a good option. Another thing you can do if you want, if you would like, is actually before you bake it, you can make a breadcrumb topping for the top. So if that's something that you enjoy, you can even butter it up, butter up your bread in a pan and fry it up. And then let's see, we're gonna add some of these scallions. Ooh, this looks delicious. It's really pretty good. And then a little bit of cracked pepper. Ooh, that looks delicious. Okay, and there you have it. It is not the healthiest dish, so it might be smart to
Have
make
a salad.
side salad or something, especially if you don't add the toppings here. It might actually give you a heart attack. So there you go, Harp Attack in a pan.
So we have been baking. Well, we have not been baking ourselves.
The oven has been baking.
Okay.
How much just so that Harp Attack in a pan has been baking?
Okay.
So the Harp Attack in a pan has been baking for about 55 minutes now. Is that right?